Oh, we're
All
live.
right, all right. Boats and SEOs.
And yeah, all the good things.
We got Christian, man. So
How's it
so
going,
Bryce,
guys?
this is Christian. This is one of the guys that I met first time coming out here from the group.
Oh, awesome.
One of the meetups, Pace's meetups. It wasn't even like Pace wasn't even there. It was just one of the meetups.
Yeah, I think it's one of the meetups that Brian Cow has. I think it was like a Thursday night at a bar.
Best
Yeah.
place to have a meetup.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and Christian was like, I don't know, maybe I think he's maybe looking at me lost, like I was lost or something, because I was just meeting people left and right, and then kind of traveled over to them, and he's like, "What's up, man? Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Dang, I'm from Florida, man. I just moved here." He's like, "What
Yeah,
the heck?"
Florida people call my name sometimes, So yeah, I saw John. Everyone's kind of lost in those places, Everyone.
I know my first
Yeah,
one, I was lost too. Just stick your hand out and hope to meet someone solid, right?
yeah, definitely. So I met John there. Um, John has one of the most interesting stories.
Heard a
I think.
little.
Yeah, like from Airbnb to RV homes to SEO. You have some of the stories, man.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I hope you guys are looking forward to more of stories like that and
Definitely.
your own experiences.
All day.
Man.
I haven't told Bryce about the Airbnb one yet.
Oh, you haven't? That's a great
No,
story.
no,
Oh
we'll have to.
yeah. What's the story? Lay it out real quick.
Oh man, oh man. We could do a callback, but yeah, just remind me. It's about some police involvement at one of the
Okay.
Airbnbs. But yeah, first, Christian, could you tell us a little bit about your operation? How you got started, and
Okay.
we can kind of go around.
So we started out, Gio and I, Gio is my partner. He's a lot more out there than I am. So we started out in 2000. I'm not sure. I think we've been in Substitute since 2020, I believe. But
Wow.
when we first joined,
OG.
we weren't really doing much, right? We weren't really serious about it. Then we kind of got serious about it, and we decided to go to the mastermind too. And after that, we pretty much said, "Hey, like, let's go to the mastermind. If we're gonna do something about it, we're gonna do something. If not, like, we'll spend the money, waste the money, and then just pretty much go our separate ways and try to look for some other ways to make money, right?" So that was like pretty much the end of the line, right? Like, it's either you're gonna make it or you're not. Luckily, after we went to the mastermind, we started the direct to seller marketing, and from then on, I mean, we've done a few flips, created a few notes, and right now we have a lot of leads to work with. And I want to say one of the biggest impacts for our operation is like getting to know people, like John, and just getting to networking with people. That has really picked up our business, our operation, big time, big time. And I would say my superpower is I'm really good with systems, automation, and just pretty much structuring deals. Right. I always look for weird ways to make houses perform, because in Vegas there's no other way to make them perform. Right. Like you have house prices are super high, rents are not really that high, so you're just if you do it the normal way, you're just never gonna make enough here. You'll probably be negative cash flowing.
What's your strategy? Are you doing like balloons, no down payments? Like what?
Um, no down payments is really hard to find in the market here in Vegas because there's a high demand. But honestly, for to make my assets perform here, I usually do pad split right now.
Okay.
That's like we're going heavy into pad split, and also like co-living, right, which is pad split but without the app.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So I mean, honestly, that's the only way to make it work here in this market.
Yeah, and
Is
that's
it
one of the
enough?
things. That's almost like we were talking about it. It's giving you the same vibes as like the Airbnb rush, right?
Yeah, yeah. And we're gonna wait till that rush comes by, and gonna write it out until the well is dry, and then we'll probably sell some of them off. It's crazy nowadays how like information and social media makes everything popular. So you get to keep that edge for a little bit. And I mean, hopefully we make a lot of money while it lasts, you know.
Of course, got to.
Yes, yes. Yeah, and then so I guess Bryce, if you could share with Christian a little bit about
Yeah. So yeah, I joined Sub2 about June this year. So
Okay.
like really new. My intro to real estate, I signed the contract on my first house back in February, which was a new construction. So
Okay. That's
it's
cool.
not built yet. It's in process, and I mean one day it'll be built. But the ultimate goal was obviously cash flow and rentals, and it just the
Yes.
opportunity presented itself. I'm like, yeah, eventually this will cash flow, it can get equity, etc. But the whole process from like the mortgage process, hated it. It was a pain. It takes forever. Just the tax statements and bank statements, all of
Mhm.
that. Just I didn't like it, and so talking to my agent, and he's like, yeah, you can buy a house and then you wait 6 months to a year, buy another house, etc., and trying to get the 3% down, etc. Like this is going to take forever to build
Yeah.
any type of portfolio. Like how do people do it? And like 2 months later, Pace stumbled across my Instagram, and so I
Okay.
saw some of his videos. I'm like, this has to be a scam. Like, there's no way you can buy a house like without credit, without all of this. And I just went on a rabbit hole, just a deep dive, and watched a bunch of his interviews, listened to all
Yeah.
his podcasts I could, picked up his book and just read that, and was just hooked. And so I ended up joining Sub2 in June. But what had happened, so I actually didn't know about the free Facebook group. So he kept talking and all the podcasts about like, yeah, join our Facebook group, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know. So I just went to sub2.com and like did the registration form. And then this guy called me and he's like, yeah, so what makes you want to join the mentorship? I'm like, honestly, I just want the contract so I can make some deals. But then like they were telling me about it, and I'm like, oh, this is like legit. Like I might, what do I have to lose if I sign up? And
Yeah.
so ended up signing up. I was really sick my first like 2 weeks, so I
Yeah.
didn't really kind of get started till July. But it's been great ever since. Incredible community. I'm out in Arizona, so I
Well,
mean,
that's
it's
awesome.
the mecca. So there's just people everywhere. And it's been a great experience overall. And now I'm on a podcast and talking with you guys, so it's
Hell
fun.
yeah.
Yeah, so I was curious if you're like out there in Arizona, have you been to any of the main meetups?
Yeah,
I
so I
guess.
go to Kevin Cho's meetup.
I was gonna see that.
I
Oh,
haven't gone in, let's see, it's been probably 3-4 weeks. I've been so busy. I'm planning to go this week if I can squeeze the hour. But yeah, every chance I get, I go to that. I went to the 10,000 member like
Okay.
what is it, party. And so yeah, there's probably 50, 60 people, actually probably more than that. But yeah, I mean, there's always stuff going on here.
That's cool, man. I'm a little bit jealous about that.
Yeah, it's great. Come move out here.
I know. I know.
yeah,
That's the next step.
it's not that far, bro. You
Yeah,
want to do a
four
road
four
trip?
or 5 hour
We
drive. It's
should
not
take
that
road
bad.
trips just for like the meetups and stuff. That'd be sick.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Do
No,
it.
that's awesome. Bryce, what do you think is the number one thing you need to work on right now for your business?
Stop making excuses. So I mean, I'm actually working 3 jobs right now, and for various reasons. But because of that, I've put real estate on the back burner. And
Mhm.
so it's like catching Zooms when I can, but like sitting down and calling and doing that has been tough. Like I'm not afraid to cold call. I've been in sales pretty much all my life, and so just like not making the excuses or justification to actually sit and do it and be consistent.
That's
So,
awesome.
so yeah, so that's really been it. I've been trying, like my main focus has been like I was hoping to like do some dispo and help people offload their deals and kind of do that. Because I would love to. I mean, I would love to wholesale some creative deals so I can build some working capital, and then eventually build a portfolio.
That's awesome. There's a really way to go about it. How about you, John? What do you need help with?
Oh man. Yeah, I'd say just right now, I mean, I'm kind of in the same spot with my hands in all different kinds of pots, right? So, yeah, I mean, I got so I was talking to Bryce about how I started with the SEO campaigns, the SEOs.
Yeah.
And, and, and yeah, just that tweaking those up a little bit. I've started running some ad campaigns as well and tweaking those to start generating some more leads coming in. But I just started that campaign up, the ads campaign, like 2 weeks ago, and got 4 leads already. So just looking forward to amping that up a bit and doing the calls. Probably what I really need to do, what everybody here probably needs to do, is just more outbound calls, right? Just like Bryce was saying, just doing those cold calls. So I'm thinking maybe we should be doing like a little call sesh or something like that to keep each and everybody accountable, right? Just like I was talking to Bryce about this podcast. The cool thing about this is we have battle buddies to keep each other accountable.
Yeah.
And here we are doing it. So, I mean, Christian was another one of those where he said, man, how long ago were you talking about starting a podcast?
Oh man, it's been probably like ever since I went to the mastermind. So 8 years. Probably like 1-2 years.
Yeah. See? So,
and look, and the majority of my business comes from TV. So it's to my benefit to create a podcast, to communicate with people, and to try to be out there.
Yeah.
One thing I will tell you guys is, right, especially you just starting out, is very beneficial to join a team or form a team. That way you can focus, like, let's say on this but you have a partner or another part of the business that focuses on acquisition. So it's very hard to be a one-man team. Of course, team. Like, it's just very hard to run like a one-man operation.
Yeah, I would say that's probably one of my bigger struggles too. I'm used to doing everything alone. So I'm like, okay, how much can you do by myself? And trying to do that, even though everyone says together. And I've tried to join a couple teams, and it's been good. So I've worked with some people that have helped me on all sort of stuff. But then for various reasons, we kind of fizzled out. And I have no one to blame but myself. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses. It's all the consistency. But I would love to get on the team and it's like, hey, Bryce, where are you at? You haven't heard from you. And that would be incredible. Like have someone there, not to hold my hand, but to just like, hey, we're in this together. Let's move. Let's make some things happen.
Yeah. I have some feedback. I'm not sure. Like some echo.
Is that better?
Way better. It's gone. It's you, John.
It's me, man. It's me. Let me know if it pops up again.
Yeah, we'll do. No, you're good now. Bryce, that's you're gonna find that out a lot, and sometimes we call it with Gio. Like sometimes, Gio and I, my partner and I, have been knowing each other since I was 16. Right, we used to play soccer together, and then we've worked together. Like we've had a Airbnb operation. I think I hear myself again, bro. Okay. Yeah, so we had an operation together for a long time. We have been working on and off for like a long time. And the thing is, like, a lot of people are gonna quit, or like they're gonna not gonna be consistent with what they put, or like the stuff that they do, right? So you just have to find the people that are consistent enough that you're gonna keep pushing, or they're gonna keep pushing, and they're gonna continue the operation. And once you catch momentum, do not like lay off the gas pedal. Like a lot of people that get 1 or 2 deals or 3 deals, they're like, okay, cool. Like now I could take a vacation.
Yeah,
That's like the
I'm still
worst.
looking for my first. So once that
Yeah.
comes in, I definitely will not stop.
Hopefully we could work on your first one together. That'll be awesome. We just
Yeah, let's do
closed
it.
one up with one of our friends. His name is Paul. Yeah, his first deal.
It's awesome. How'd you
That
guys
was
find that?
It was Paul. Paul
It's
found it.
awesome.
Yeah, but he needed help like finding the buyer, so the dispo side, and he also needed some help with like the TC work, which is
Okay.
like pretty much filling out the contract,
Yeah.
opening escrow, and doing all the right things. You know.
Yeah, I found a lot of like really close deals that could work, but it's like, like either entry has been too high. Uh, there was a couple I just lack of follow up. I kind of let go. But I've gotten close. But I know with the consistency and staying that and finding someone to work with, it'll be just a done deal.
Definitely.
Yeah, and Christian's like a master at making the deals work. So if you ever get those where they're close, Christian makes
Let me
some
know.
magical things happen.
I'm not I'm not local to the Arizona market, but for example, if you ever find something in Vegas that's kind of close, I could potentially tell you like, hey, this might work for Pat Split. Like I just I just try to make it work with what we can without being too risky either, you know. A lot of people's issues in probably like maybe a year or 2 years ago was that they started purchasing homes just because Airbnb was, you know, giving them huge numbers. But now that it's dried out a little bit, they're having issues, you know. Now they're underwater with a non-performing asset. What are you gonna do? You know, so that's what you want to avoid at all costs. Like, don't underwrite thinking for the
Yeah,
best.
yeah, that's. I mean, I could definitely say one of my flaws is being too optimistic, but yeah, no, I completely get it.
Yeah, Christian, back to you on that that question you asked Bryce and I.
Mhm.
What's one thing you need right now, or you need to
Man,
improve
I
on?
need accountability on social media. That's what I need. And I need to hammer out our systems better. Um, right now we're doing good, but as we keep growing and more leads keep coming in, like today we had potentially 2 leads coming in, and like this afternoon and another 2 in the morning. So now I'm like juggling, right? Like people need our help, but I also need to put out like, you know, be on social media. I need to be on podcasts, putting myself out there, but at the same time I need to be underwriting deals for people or trying to help them out. So it's a content struggle. Like what do you do? Like what do you do with your time? So finding the right balance is hard. I need accountability though.
Love it.
What type of accountability do you feel like would work for you?
Pretty much what we did today, right? Like we decided like, hey, we're gonna do a podcast today, and I'm telling you, like it could have been easy for me to say, hey, like John, I need to reschedule right now. I had 2 calls come in right before I was gonna start, and I hate cutting people off, but I had to cut 2 people off like right now, right before this thing. And I was like, hey, like let me call you back after this, like at 8 or 8:30. Um, so that like I have a really hard time. Sometimes I set my schedule and I just like one of my mentors would say like you just let people take over your schedule, right? So that I need help with that, like setting boundaries when it comes down to my schedule, I guess.
Right,
Easier
right,
said than
makes
done.
sense. Right, yeah. Yeah, so my business partner Dale's really good at that, you know, because he's got the timelines in between where the meeting should go. So he'll just be like, "Hey guys, I got another meeting right now, you know, so I got to go." And it's like, "Damn, all right," like right in the middle of something. But I mean, it makes sense, right? We have to. I kind of
Yeah,
like that what you just said about if you don't control your schedule, someone else will control it for you.
exactly. Exactly.
That makes sense. Cool, man. Well, I'll definitely, I'll definitely do my best to help you on the accountability there as well. I mean, I need it as, I need that as well too. Like social media and reaching out and all that.
It's
And
hard to be
that's
public.
part of the podcast. Yeah, what's up?
It's hard to be public, but
Yeah.
but like Pay said, right? You're just creating little clones of you that they're just there forever, talking, spreading your message.
Man, that when he said that, I was mind blown. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it because it really is. Because yeah, same thing. I'm like, I mean, I had a TikTok and I made TikTok videos and it was cool, but it was kind of under a pseudonym. Like I still showed my face and stuff, but it wasn't. It was like a alter ego almost. But when he's like, yeah, do it under your name and all of this, I'm like, God, do I have to? Like,
Yeah.
that's just so public. Like I'm trying to stay out of the limelight.
Yeah, and then I don't know, like the little thing to me is just like, oh, like my friends are gonna see me, my family's gonna see me. Like it's just like, it's a little bit to me. It's like, but like just to be real about it, okay, like you potentially are gonna grow your business, you're gonna grow a brand. Do you really care what they have to say and not have to say?
Exactly.
Your kids are not gonna care where the money comes from. Like they just if they're hungry, they're gonna need to be fed, and you better have that money or like that brand you can rely on leverage, right?
No, 1,000%.
Yeah, for sure. And the other thing that kind of struck home with me that he said at the end, or one of the parts, I can't remember which one it was, but the practice, right? Like everything that we're doing right now is practice for
Oh
something that
yeah.
might be right around the corner, or might be
Hmm.
a year from now, or whatever. We're just practicing up to that point to where we need to be ready for whatever that is. And if we see everything as a practice instead of trying to make things so perfect, then eventually, with the reps that we put in, the better we're going to be at certain things, and we'll be prepared for that moment when we come to it.
Yeah. I want to say that hit me big, and one of the things that right now, right, we have a house on the contract, right, and we're deciding what to do with it. And of course, there's always a curveball, right? Like the deal is never perfect. So now we have to deal with a memorandum that was found this in this property 2 years ago, right? We've never done that before. And at first I was like, oh my god, again, one more thing we have to deal with. But then I was like, this is practice, right? This is one more thing I got to learn how to deal with. So now, like Bryce, if you ever run into that, or John, if you ever run into that, now you guys come back and ask me, hey, how did you deal with this? Right? So instead of I don't know, being negative about it, you could just count it as practice. Like, hey, this is a new challenge I have to deal with, like new obstacle. I wonder what's gonna happen, right? So I that's a like a mindset shift right there. Makes things a lot more positive.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome that you just turned that around. What? So you just found that out today?
Yeah.
So what happened with it? So that just popped up through? How did that pop up?
So doing title search, I believe. Yeah. So Gio calls me, my partner, and he's like, "Hey, guess what?" And I'm like, "Okay, what's going on?" He's like, "Something you're not gonna like." I'm like, "Oh God, someone came in from behind and just taking our deal." And he's like, "No, but kind of like that." I was like, "What happened?" He said, "Oh, it's a memorandum they filed in 2020." Bro, like, so here's how it goes, right? So they give this guy apparently $1,000, just $1,000, right? And they file a memorandum against the property for a 20-year listing agreement. So they give this guy $1,000, and now he has to, if he ever wants to sell in the next 20 years, he has to do it through them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've heard
about that. I didn't think it was like, I was like, there's no way. This is real.
That's wild.
It is real.
That's wild.
That is. It is crazy.
That's
It is crazy.
One way to secure some business.
Definitely. Like, kind of dirty, but you know. So we're gonna see if we can negotiate something with them. The thing is, like, the deal's already thin, right? And there's an agent involved. We're involved. There's Paul's involved. So there's like four parties involved, and now it's a fifth party involved. So, and there's not enough equity. There's not a lot of equity. So I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen here. The seller's already splitting money with like the agent. So, and now there's another party that has an interest in the whole deal. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's like a learning experience.
Man, you need to document that.
Yeah.
Get it on social media. It's your accountability right now.
I will. I hope we take it to the end, because it's a property I kind of want to keep. And we'll see what happens with the numbers and everything. It's an interesting property. I don't think you were there. No.
Yeah. Speaking of interesting things happening with properties, I'll go ahead and get into my little story.
Tell me.
Before we wrap up here, I'd like to get us all out of here before 7. So yeah. So I was just working from home one day.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the Airbnb that I bought was actually the house next door. So I bought it from my neighbor. And so I was just working from home one day and working on real estate. I think I was just doing some follow-ups or something like that. And I get a call from my neighbor from across the street. And like, she never calls me, mainly just texts me. So she calls and she's like, John, what the heck's going on with the police outside your house? And I go to the front window, peek out there, and I'm like, the hell, there's no police out here. Like, is she joking with me, or like, what is she doing? Like playing a game with me? And so I go back and then I start thinking, I'm like, man, wait, what if she's talking about the Airbnb? So I open up the door and I look out to the left, and there's like 7 blacked out SUVs, like extended SUVs in front of my Airbnb. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And so I called the neighbor back and I was like, you were right. Like, what the hell? What's up with that? And she was like, John, I drove by there. It was like a scene in a movie. Like, this guy was running, and next thing you know, the cops just started running and tackled him on the ground. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, so I kind of like go over there and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, I own the property. And they're like, hey, this is DEA. We just had a drug bust. They busted into my Airbnb, had a warrant and everything. Ended up bringing dogs. Like, dude. And the crazy thing is, one of the guys, the main guy that they were trying to get, he got away.
Oh man.
He ended up running out back, jumped the fence, and just got away.
That's terrible. They didn't even catch the main guy.
Nope.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's a crazy story.
The DEA. Yeah, and then after that, Airbnb shut me down, VRBO shut me down, and no response. I could not get a hold of anybody. They didn't tell me why. And that's when I was like, man, this must be a sign.
That's not even on you. That's on them. Shouldn't they know?
Yeah.
If anything, it should add to the experience.
The Airbnb experience. Yeah, you better let me find
drug bust.
Yeah. Man,
that's crazy though.
Yep. But yeah, that's one of my interesting experiences.
I've done Airbnb for a few years too, but I've never had anything like that at all. That's another level, John.
Yeah, and then apparently I was talking to the DEA guys, and they were like, man, like in this area, it's pretty bad. Like, people, they'll they'll rent these houses out, do the deals, or they'll leave the drugs in some part of the house, and then someone else will come rent it out. And
No way.
yeah,
So they're like drug dealing and you don't even know.
right.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I took it as a sign. I sold the Airbnb, and yeah, that was.
Are you currently still doing Airbnb at all or no?
Yeah. So my grandmother's house that I ended up getting, that's an Airbnb.
Okay. No crazy stories though.
No, not on that one so far. That one's I haven't even really. We just started that one about 4 months ago, and with the season out there and how Airbnb's kind of been slacking right now, I haven't really had that much traction on it.
Oh man, I know I've heard about that. What do you think that's happening?
Well, I mean, you have the inventory's a lot higher in Airbnb. There's more Airbnbs on, and there's less people kind of traveling, vacationing right now.
Yeah.
Another thing with that area is it's not really season right now. Season kind of picks up in October, November. So
Okay.
We'll see what happens when that comes around.
Man. What would you do if Airbnb wasn't a solution for you? For that house.
Oh man. Well, right now we're actually kind of thinking about seeing if we can get like a small business owner in there to rent it out, because there's 3 garages. There's a lot of storage space. And it's on over 5 acres. So someone, someone had a bunch of vehicles, or let's say dumpsters or something that they needed to store, right? So we're trying to actually explore that avenue, because if we could get like a long-term renter in there and pay off, we got a pretty hefty mortgage on it. So if we could pay that down, that's an option. I don't know about. I know, this is Palmetto, so it's a little small town south of St. Petersburg, but I don't know how pad split would be there. But if it was in a really high populated area with a demand, I would definitely say pad split for sure.
I was gonna tell you that. If it was like in the main city or whatever, like pad split straight up. But
yeah.
Something more isolated. How much is your payment per month?
$6,500.
Ooh.
Yeah, and like the Airbnb is not even bringing in like 1,000 right now. So it's like, but it's out of season, so.
Jeez, man. Must be a nice property.
Yeah, I mean it's right on the water.
That's
big
nice.
Property on the water. Yeah.
Oh, man, I might have to think for something for you. I don't even know.
And the thing is the garages and stuff would be nice, like converting those, but it's, you can't build on the first floor there anymore, so it's grandfathered in. So wouldn't be able to put a living space in those garages. I mean, legally.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I know we're getting to 7 p.m. So, man, awesome speaking with both of you guys. I don't know if you had anything else before we wrap up.
Great talking with you guys.
Yeah,
definitely. It's cool talking to you guys and everything. Bryce, and I mean John, I see you often. But Bryce, if you ever need anything, like just let us know. If you find a property, need to run numbers or anything, just let me know. That's literally what I enjoy doing, running numbers and looking for ways to make an asset perform.
Got you. What's your Instagram?
Is the THE and then my name, Christian Larco.
All right, I'll find you.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we should probably get used to that too. So, Bryce, if you want to plug your Instagram as well,
we should do that.
Yeah, it is. It's Bryce Lander.e. Very simple.
Oh, let me see if I can do this.
I changed my name to my Instagram.
Oop. You said it was at Bryce Landers.
Yep. .eth.
.eth.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh man, it has to be some great stories there. John has a great story about that.
Yeah, I didn't tell Bryce about my.
You didn't tell me that.
Oh, he told me about his scam, scam that he had. So I had an $80,000 NFT scam situation.
Terrible.
All right, and mine. Let's see, getting used to this stuff. Can we have 2 banners up there?
I don't
Nope, just one. All right. Got Bryce's up there, and then this one's mine. I should be able to put 2. Oh, maybe like afterwards. Let's see. This goes that practice right here.
There it is.
And what's yours, Christian?
It's right there. My name.
Oh, nice. You got it. Smart. Cool. All right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Bryce and I are going all the way to the end, so we're going to be on this journey together for a bit.
I'm going there with you guys. I can't quit now.
Welcome aboard.
Get my share of my deals. I need to network with people. You know.
Hey, are you guys YouTube the same?
Say that again.
Your YouTubes? Are they?
Oh no, my YouTube. I think it's just my name.
All right.
It's just my name. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that's a good point. I know mine's like John Constantine, but there's so many John Constantines because of my movie.
Movie? That's a good movie.
Let's see if I could plug that.
The real Bryce. I like that.
At John T Constantine. Cool.
I'll subscribe now.
Twitter, or not Twitter, YouTube. And what's yours, Bryce?
The real Bryce Lander. It's in the chat. You can see that.
Oh, cool.
I don't even know how to search for people in YouTube.
Is it the same with the @ sign? Let's see. Yeah. Yep. Just in the search bar.
Oh, I spelled your name.
I was gonna be like, bro, you don't have any videos, but I forgot about the unlisted. Our clone.
I need to work on that one.
5 subscribers. Someone's killing it already.
Who's that? Is that me?
Yeah.
Oh man. I think I might have. No, I made that unlisted as well. Okay. Awesome, guys. Sweet. Yeah, let's keep in touch.
Sounds good.
And help each other out. Accountability. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it.
Enjoyed this, gentlemen, and yeah, we'll talk to both of y'all soon.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. All right, bye.